Okay, you have your NFL Week 4 power rankings. So at number 10, I have the LA Chargers down 7 spots. They got completely blown out by the Jaguars, a game they really should have won. Justin Herbert, he's definitely injured right now, should not be playing. And the rest of the teams, they just have too many injuries. I think Joey Bosa went down, JC Jackson didn't play. Even though all their star power is getting really, really injured right now, it's not looking bright for them. Justin Herbert's obviously injured, Keenan Allen's still out, but injuries just keep on piling up for them. And they got blown up by the Jaguars, and they weren't never even close. Number 9, I have the Cincinnati Bengals up a spot. They finally got had a good game. But then again, it was against the Jets. Their defense played great, had a couple of turnovers, and they just prevented New York from scoring a touchdown. And their offense played a lot better, had their way with the New York Jets defense, and definitely a good bounce back game for them. Like their both offense and defense played a lot better for them compared to the first couple of weeks, and Joe Burrow had a great game. But it was still against the Jets, and we'll see how they do against the Dolphins. And then number 8, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers down 2 spots. Tampa Bay offense could never get going. Yes, they were missing Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and um, Julio Jones, but their offense just never got going. Leonard Fournette couldn't do anything. Tom Brady was bad. Their defense, though, was great. They had a great defense. Their defense shut out Aaron Rodgers in the second half. And the only reason they're this high to me is that the defense is great because their offense this year has not been good. Then you have 7 Green Bay Packers staying where they are. Good win for the defense and special teams. Offense, not so much. They had a good first half. Aaron Rodgers and company had a good first half against the Bucks, but then in the second half, it disappeared. But their defense held Tom Brady and that Tampa Bay offense in check, and their special teams had a couple good plays. And um, offense, no know where the day went, but at least their defense was played really well. Number 6, I have the Kansas City Chiefs down 4 spots. They really shouldn't have lost against the Colts. They really got to fix some of those mistakes, like going for the field goal. And for some reason, they've been struggling in the red zone this year. And Kansas City, it was just a mistake-filled game against the Colts. Like, they should have won, but they had too many mistakes. And I feel like those will be corrected right now, but they really shouldn't have lost against the Colts. You have the Baltimore Ravens up 3 spots. Defense is still not great, but it did play a lot better in the fourth quarter. But offense, Lamar Jackson's having a great year. Run game is obviously good. Mark Andrews is great. And offense is rolling right now and helping their defense, but their defense better get better soon and get healthy soon. Because even the Patriots offense is not that good. And number 4, I have the LA Rams keep staying where they are. Defense played great. Check. Okay, then number 4, I have the LA Rams. A good win over the Cardinals, especially for the defense, which kept Kyler Murray out of the end zone. And good game for them. Their defense technically dominated, and their offense had also played really well. If not for a few drops and a couple of mistakes, I think the Rams would have blown out the Cardinals. But still, their offense definitely had a few miscommunications that only led them to winning by 1 possession. But if you watch, but they pretty much dominated the Cardinals. If not for those offensive miscues, and their defense looked great, but I'm not putting them up higher because of all those because of those all those offensive opportunities that they did not do well on. And then number 3, I have the Miami Dolphins up 3 spots. A great game versus the Bills, even though their offense got totally outscored. They still scored more than the Bills, and mainly their defense. Even though they allowed all those yardage, Buffalo was pretty much just checking down all game, and and their defense when the opportunity was right, and they held the Bills. Their defense only held them to 17 points, and they just did a great job. In their offense, they had a couple of big plays. Still could be a little bit more consistent, and they barely played at all. But still, great win over the Bills, who were number 1 last week, and this team is looking good. And number 1, I have the Buffalo Bills, or number 2, I have the Buffalo Bills down 1 spot. Not a good game against the Dolphins. They were missing a lot of starters. Um, they were missing a lot of starters on defense, and their offensive line was injured. And they had the opportunities to win, like Josh Allen, who could not convert the 4th and goal, and the and a couple other times, but overall they just lost the game. No excuses. And the Dolphins had home field advantage, and they just couldn't have any. They couldn't get any big plays essentially, and their defense at key situations could not hold, and their offense at key situations could not score. In the few Buffalo Bills and the statue won, but in the few key plays the Dolphins won, and that's how they lost. And they gotta clean those up too, because they've been 0-6 since last year in one score games. The teams that dropped out, no teams dropped out this week. Not because they all won, more mainly because no other teams I think deserve this. Okay, and then number one, I have the Philadelphia Eagles coming off a great win over the Commanders. The Eagles have looked great the first 3 weeks, and against the Commanders, their defense almost shut out the Commanders. Their offense looked great. I wish they didn't let up on the gas near the end, but still, they've come off 3 great offensive performances, and other than that fourth quarter against the Detroit Lions, in week one they've all played. They defense has played great. Also, they have a ton of talent, and they're looking really, really good right now. So there you have it. NFL Week 4 power ratings.